week it has been, from the politics of handout to the rhetorics and the politics of give it all. It was a moment of leaning back and, of course, straightening and aiming directly at your opponent. I'm talking about the battle of the deputies. One is former deputy Rigathi Gachagua and the current deputy Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. Well, Gachagua accused leaders who are siding with Kindiki of betraying the community, and he even went a step further and asked the people to boycott the event of musicians who attended Kindiki's function at Karen, and that did not sit well with Kindiki, who was breathing fire, coming out gun blazing at former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, and that was the battle of the deputies in that regard. And of course, let me just usher in my guest tonight in this discussion, Alex Brady. Asante sana for making time.
Thank you very much, Evans, also for having me tonight.
All right. So straight to it, Alex.
Yes.
The latest unfolding on Sunday that we witnessed Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki coming out gun blazing against the sentiments that were made by former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua regarding some of the musicians who actually visited him in his current home. Well, when you look at the latest unfolding between the two, what do you read into this?
Thank you very much, Evans, for having me tonight to share about whatever that is happening in our country. To start with, whatever you have asked me about the latest thing that maybe transpired last week and maybe over the weekend, we see the both parties reacting against each other. Maybe first of all, let me make it clear to avoid doubt that whatever that is happening, it is nothing new. You see, on the issue that these musicians went to the home of the current deputy president, who was not elected, he was just selected out of maybe the resignation or maybe the impeachment of the former president Rigathi Gachagua. You see, this is just a strategy, like any strategy that can politicians use so that they can gather the popularity that they deserve or maybe they want. First of all, let us make it clear in our analysis. This government has actually lost the popularity. You see, whatever that is happening in our country, there is a lot that is speculating. The government now is now trying to save a sinking ship, or a sinking ship that they themselves they have actually caused whatever that is happening. So whatever that Mr. Kindiki or maybe the current deputy president is trying to do, it is now trying to show that they have the confidence on their strategy that they have chosen. Actually, for your information, Mr. Evans, almost all the musicians who went on that event, they actually came out back after they had gone there. They said they will never repeat that. And they said they will actually side with the people. Because as at now, the people have said and have made it clear, they are actually fully oppressed. So the government should not try and get such strategies. Instead of dishing out money and giving out money unnecessarily, they should utilize this money and buy doctors, maybe they buy medicine and maybe bring on development. That is the only way that they can revert the status quo. But unless they do that, there is no strategy that
well, Alex, one might argue that in our constitution, the freedom of association, of course, is enshrined in our constitution. And what is the crime of Deputy President Kithure Kindiki actually hosting musicians from Mount Kenya region? Do you think probably the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua might have went overboard on this issue? Why issue an ultimatum to people who, out of their own free will, decided to visit the sitting deputy president, be it politics or even developmental mission, whatever it is. The Constitution guarantees the freedom of association. We are a free country. Do you think probably that was a step a little bit too higher when you talk about curtailing the freedom of expression and association?
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, you have yeah, the constitution, our constitution, actually allow the freedom of association, whereby anybody of any caliber should associate, so long as it is an association that is actually of good interest and of good benefit to the people. It is actually very much encouraged. But as per now, let us not try to get analogies to explain the status quo. Whatever that the government is doing is deliberate. The issues at hand are actually evident. The reason as to why the deputy president, you see, Evans, as at now, there is a rampant of this mobilization and fundraising. Just the other day, these things are happening, and in one region of our country. So there is an objective about this thing. So whatever that is happening, the government should not try to get like scapegoats. They want now to tag along everybody so that maybe they can try to paint a positive picture. So about the constitution, I can say maybe Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, out of his choice of words that he normally uses, might have gone so much astray. But the fact is, whatever that the government is trying to do, there is no way we can be giving a few money to people who then should come and influence the whole population. The thing is, that is not the right way to handle the challenges that the Kenyans are facing. To Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, out of his selection of words, he shouldn't actually try to maybe make people appear like if they are going against the constitution. Let us actually make it clear that whatever that we are going to do, or maybe whatever that is being done, it is acting for the better and the best interest of our people.
All right. Well, now the issue that is emerging out is the politics of handout. Well, the deputy president has been on a mission, and most of the time he has been in the Mount Kenya region trying to what he'll call like empowering the community out there. And this has not sit well with some of the critics who argue that these funds should have been put into credible and probably a meaningful purpose. I heard you mention like building hospitals and things like that. Well, do you think probably, as they say, that the government through Deputy President Kindiki is actually trying to consolidate the region that is seem to have been drifting out of their grasp? I'm talking about Mount Kenya region, with this now the gift that is synonymous. And by the way, it's not only in Mount Kenya region. Recently he was in Kisii, and we saw similar trend happening. So do you think this is just a political strategy to try and woo a region that has been drifting away, or indeed it's a development tour just trying to empower communities across the country?
Thank you very much, Evans. You see, you have actually stated it. It is actually a strategy to try and win back this very region. You know, it is actually just a logical, and it's a fact that the mountain region, it is rich of the votes. And now President Ruto and his government and his diehards, they have seen like they already messed up. So they are trying all the means possible to maybe win back this very region. First of all, let me make it clear that the citizens in our country, everybody, all corners of our country, are having a lot of challenges. The education system, as we speak, is at now, our potential, or maybe our candidates, for those who will be sitting for the examination this year, the national examination, we are not sure whether they will do the examination because we have speculation that they have not been funded. Hospitals, there are no medicines. Actually, right now, I have just seen the doctors in Kiambu County have actually down their tools, and they are on a strike. Reason being, they are not being considered. Yet this very government is trying and tell us that they are doing good things. Yet the very real issues that they should tackle, they are not doing them. There is no way a government can be having monies to give out to people and they are not actually implementing whatever that they were elected to do. So for me, I feel this strategy is just being used to popularize and to confuse the Kenyans, to try and just hide them from the reality, to show them like the government is trying to do anything, yet it is doing nothing. So the deputy president should not focus on doing these harambees and fund drives. He should actually go to the project themselves. Let them do things that should be evident that people can see. But this issue about tagging along celebrities and making them try to win the crowds to them, it is not going to work this time round. Kenyans are now alert. They can see, they can actually understand what the government is doing.
Okay, when you look at the both divide, the government and the opposition, it's fair to say right now the country is in a full swing of campaign, the political campaign. The 2027 alignment is out there, and it is imperatively important to pay attention to all the details, what is happening and what is happening around us. The oppositions, of course, fire back at the government. The government says stop early political campaigns. We have slogans like Kazi Bila break. When you look at the political temperature in the country, do you think probably our culture of always after every electioneering period, we jump straight to another political circle of now trying to see if maybe we can marshal something for ourselves as we prepare for the next electioneering period? Do you think this is what has really, messed up our country in terms of what you're seeing? We have underlying problems like problems in the healthcare. We have education issues that we still need to iron out. We have development projects and, of course, agenda that the government gave to people that still, up to this particular point, some might not have been implemented fully. Do you think the focus should now shift to what can actually develop and transform the lives of ordinary Kenyans than these political rhetorics that we are seeing?
Thank you very much, Evans, for that very question. You see, this government of President William Ruto, down the line, 2 years down the line, not much can be said that they have done. Actually, to be more specific,
Right. Okay, now we are having that. That is a technical hitch-up, and we were talking to Mr. Alex Muredi, just giving us his perspective in regard to the state of the nation, where a lot is really happening. And of course, Alex, if you can get me, a lot is indeed happening in our political space. The country is in early campaign mood, and this should actually concern ordinary citizen. Let me just get your perspective on this one pretty quick, Alex. What's your take on this?
My take on this is that the government should, still there is time to do the development. You see, the government has already failed. It feels like it has failed. And now because it can't manage to rectify the mistake that they have done, now they have now transitioned immediately to the campaign period with just deploying strategies and making sure they have aligned themselves on how they will actually clinch back to power come 2027.
Okay.
So the thing is, the government should consider and prioritize the matters as per the first things.
Okay.
Let them stop trying to confuse the Kenyans. We have a lot that is happening. Actually, every day, Evans, in our country, we have a new thing. Something that is not working, something else is not working. Every day there is nothing that this government will say it have worked to completion. So up to when will we talk and say that this government has done something? So the thing is, this government, as we speak right now, it doesn't deserve to be in power.
Okay.
That is what they have proved. So Even come 2027, they should not be given a room of clinching back to power.
All right, because we are running out of time, and I just want to get your perspective on this one pretty quick. Now, the abduction. Well, we have the opposition saying that the government is the perpetrator of these abductions that have been witnessed in the country. Now, today, the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, issued a statement and said that there is no evidence to indicate that actually police were involved in this abduction when it comes to the abduction of the alleged abduction of Juja Member of Parliament George Koimburi. What's your take on this? Who is fooling who, and where is the truth in this matter?
Yeah, first of all, Evans, right now we don't have faith with our government. Actually, our government has failed us on its first core objective of protecting its citizens. We have seen in the recent past the government being in the forefront of abducting not just citizens, even its members of parliament who are actually opposing it. So it is actually very heartbreaking that you saw the video of a member of parliament, somebody who works with security guards. Then what could we be talking of just a mere citizen like any other? Also on the same note, we have just been having brutal killings. Like 2 priests have been killed in the recent past. So what is this government trying to tell us? Yet it can't even deliver the simple task of protecting. Yet they have all the state machinery. So the government will stop fooling Kenyans. If they are of the agenda of threatening and selling fear to the people, they should know that we as the citizens, we are tired, we are fed off, and we are not going to fear. They will kill some, but they will not kill all of us.
All
they
right.
will fool some people, but they will never fool all of us.
Okay, fair enough. Muriithi Alex,
yes.
Executive Director, Mark B Foundation, asante sana for making time and giving some insight on this very important discussion that touched the heart and the soul of the nation, the state of the nation, where we take a look at some of the issues and matters that really touches us and concerns you as the ordinary Kenya. Alex, asante sana for making time.